mash things up and juice quite a bit. But today we're going to try this brand new thing where instead of just interviewing bands, we're going to interview fans, and not just any fans, but metal fans. Right, so today I'm here with Jared and Dylan. Right, so Jared, Dylan, how did you first get into metal?
I think Dylan should go first. There you go.
Well, I mean, growing up throughout, my life, I've always had rock music and hard rock played in the background through my dad. And when I got into high school, I started meeting people that listened to heavy music and hard music, and then from that I got into guitar, and then listening to that I thought, well, some of this rock music is quite easy. I'll take it to the next step and listen to metal, and then stuff gets harder. Learn that stuff, and then get into it.
That's brilliant. How about you, Jared?
Well, both my parents are metalheads, you see, so
you didn't have a choice.
I was exposed, pretty much, yeah, I was exposed to it basically from when I was born. So it's like this photo of me from when I was 3 years old with the first Korn album, listening to it on my headphones. So I've been a fan of it all my life. So when I was like 8, I started listening to some Callacher.
Yeah.
And then once going into my teens, I expanded what I was getting into metal.
Brilliant. So the reason why Jared is a metalhead is it's all Emma Seasman's fault. Emma Seasman is Jared's mother. Right. Okay, guys. Right. So I've heard that a lot of metal fans are into this festival called Bloodstock.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's quite big in the metal scene. So I was wondering what your predictions would be for Bloodstock or even the festival download.
Well, I'm hoping to go to Woodstock this year, and I guess the dream scenario would be to get to see Slayer, seeing as they're breaking up relatively soon and they're going on their final tour.
Now, I'm going to talk to you about that. What do you think the reason for this metal band breaking up is?
I mean, they've had a good run. They've been going a while since, I think, '83 was their first album, and they were in the scene before that. So, I mean, I think they've had a few legal issues recently. I don't think they're fighting or anything. I think it's just coming to its end.
Yeah.
I think it might also come down to the fact that they've had a few lineup changes. Like a few years ago, the drummer left.
Yeah.
And then also one of the guitarists, Jeff Hanneman, he died as well. So that must have took heavy toll on the band.
Yeah.
So I think that just contributed to it. And I think they've just written all they can write, I guess, with the music.
I mean, that last album was just the other guitarist, Kerry King.
Yeah, because they got Gary Holt from Exodus and
Yeah. But
Exodus.
it's basically, they had 2 main writers and they've lost one of them, so it's half the band.
Oh, so when you lose a writer, then the band always comes to an end. Right, so Jared, I was wondering what is also your predictions for Bloodstock?
Well, Slipknot meant to bring out an album next year.
Ooh!
And I do think Slipknot. I went to see Slipknot a few years ago, and they were brilliant. That was my first metal show, and it was just like all the stuff on the stage. They got big goat heads and everything, and all this satanic symbolism and stuff like that. But you'd expect it to be unwelcoming. But the whole festival is not the festival, but the live performances are amazing, to say the least. It's a spectacle. So if they're bringing out their album next year, I hope that they either play Bloodstock or Download, because I really want to go see them again.
Yeah, I think that Slipknot is a great band. Slipknot is a heavy metal band that are a bit wacky. You may see them into harder things and different, satanic material. You used to be in a band, Dylan.
Yes.
Yes. Right, now, should we play the violins? Dylan's band,
Wispmother.
Wispmother, is no longer full. As we shall say.
One way of putting it.
At the moment, Wispmother is having some troubles. So, from the start, I would like you to show some of Wispmother's clips from times they have performed. Let's go to the clip.
This is a game you played, and time to start.
song, The Hunt. I think it's very metal. It's very metal in its ways because I love the heavy bass riff. It always gets me dead excited because it's dead fast paced. You need to listen to that song, right? So why is your band no longer full? What happened?
Well, yeah, we used to have a singer who, well, you would have saw then, his name's Rob, and he used to be in the band. He used to be the main guy in the band. It was sort of his band. It was like it was his kid. It was his, his whole
Rob
thing.
owns the band.
He'd only gone through a few lineup changes before I joined the band, but it was him and Jack. That was sort of the main core at that point. But I showed up, put my own touch on it. But then, I guess this summer he was having some things at home, and he thought, you know what, I'd best get out of here, and he went to be with his girlfriend down in Swindon.
Now, I have a funny story to tell you. Well, I know Wispmother quite personally. I've seen a lot of their gigs, and my band, Marshmallow Skies, have played alongside them a few times. So I knew their lead singer, Rob, right? What did I think when he told me that he was moving to Sweden? Because I'm dyslexic, I read it completely wrong. I thought he was moving to Sweden. And I told all of my friends that Rob is leaving Wispmother to go to Sweden. They were all laughing their heads off for ages. They were like, why is he moving to some exotic place just to be with his girlfriend? I'm like, maybe he met her online, I don't know.
There's more metal in Sweden he's gone for.
More metal in Sweden. Right, so since the lineup has changed in Wispmother, we have a new addition to the band, Jared. How do you feel joining Wispmother after Rob has left?
Well, I think once I joined the band, it's completely different now. We've just started writing new songs, new material since I've joined, and I feel like I've put a spin on it quite a bit, a completely different approach. It was very thrashy before I joined, and there's still thrash metal roots in it. But I feel like I've put like a lot of the 90s metal spin to it all the
Yeah,
time.
I guess so. I mean, as well, I'm a lot different playing guitarist as Rob was. So when I play, it's a mixture of a lot of other genres as well, within metal and outside of metal.
So will your band remain metal?
Definitely, yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Band for Bro.
Right, now Wispmother are looking for a new member. They are looking for a singer, right? Do you reckon that you could be their singer? Because if you can, I think that you should message one of these guys on Instagram and hit them up. Liverpool, let them know, right? So, where should they let you know if they think that they have the core voice to be a metal vocalist?
You can either message up the band's main page at Wispmother_official on Instagram, or you can message me at DylanWhale113 at Instagram.
Okay, so Wispmother_official or Dylan's Instagram, which I didn't quite get then.
DylanWhale138.
Dylan1138. Right, so I thought I'd do a game because this is what I do every Juice. If you've ever listened to Juice or you've ever seen one of my shows before, you'll know that we always do a game. Right, so today's game we're gonna do 2 truths and a lie. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
You both look really
Yeah.
depressed. Come on, give me something, guys.
Metalheads, it's what we do.
Yeah.
Sorry, right. Somebody put some Metallica on me, might cheer up. Deathcore, right?
Oh.
Okay, right. I want you to give me 2 truths and a lie about metal, or any facts that you can give me, right? If I manage to guess what your lie is, you lose. Like, you're out the game and you're devastated because your life is over because you've lost. You've lost on the show Juice in front of many people, and you are no longer the metalhead crown.
You're not to live if that happens, honestly.
Right. Okay. Are you ready? Do you have anything in mind?
I think so. Should I go first?
Go on, you go first now.
Dave Mustaine was once the guitarist for Metallica.
Okay.
Before Slayer were a metal band, they were actually a jazz trio. Do you want to do the last one? Or me?
Yo, you do one.
Okay. The band Slipknot are originally from Italy.
Okay, right. So I reckon the lie is that Slayer were originally a jazz trio. Is that a lie?
Yeah.
Do you lose then? Ha! And that is why he cannot call himself a proper metalhead.
Oh.
Dylan, I.
You fell.
I'll go home and burn me jacket then.
Yeah. Right, now, that's another thing that I've always appreciated about metal. Because, you know what? Metal's so underappreciated because the scene, nobody's looking at it anymore. It's underground, it's still there, but you should go and check it out. Now, metal has always had this certain style that has stayed around for years now. And I was wondering, what do you call your jacket?
A battle jacket.
Okay. Right, now educate me on what a battle jacket is because I've never heard of what a battle jacket is or how it could be made.
Well, a battle jacket sort of came from World War II when pilots came back and they had their leather jackets and they used to put like pin-up girls on the back and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They became into rockers and the rockers versus mods sort of thing.
Yeah.
And from the rockers you got all the rest, it evolved into metal and you got denim through the 80s.
Yeah.
People started wearing denim and then, well, you know, at metal concert you want to get in a mosh pit. So, it's sort of a battle, you get battle jacket, it's a jacket where you fight.
Okay. So I've noticed you have patches on your battle jacket. Are they all different bands, are they?
Most of them are, some of them are just, you know, different pop culture things that I like. I mean, you know, you got Fender, Gibson because I'm a guitarist and
Typical.
Star Wars because...
I like that concept very much. Maybe I need to get a battle jacket. Seriously, I want one from a band, Marshmallow Skies, have a pins on the back. You deco? Right. So.
Should we talk about some new releases?
Yeah, I'd love to. Right, educate me on metal. New releases in metal at the moment.
Just in general? Well, I mean, there's always stuff being pumped out, but I guess one of the more recent ones that only got released the other day is a band called Iron Reagan. So they're more like a thrash metal band. So if you look at the likes of Metallica, Slayer, sort of like suicidal tendencies type thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't get up to make a day. Some folks just won't let up. They keep bothering me. I live on my own roof, it's red round and down. Just 'cause I'm not like you doesn't mean I'm down. And I'd rather just set fire than be left in love. I'm a miserable failure. That's what I'm told. Miserable failure. Much too old. I'm a miserable. Failure. I don't know why. Miserable failure. Until I die.
We brought out an EP that lasts only 8 minutes, just under 8 minutes, and there's 5 songs on it. So they're very, very fast paced.
Very, very fast paced.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is with metal music, right, a lot of people don't understand the genre, and a lot of people think that the genre of metal is obscene or they can't get into it. Why do you believe that people feel so scared to get into metal or to even try it out?
Well, I believe that there's a lot of, first of all, it's like the dress style of metalheads can seem quite intimidating at first. Like you see someone walk around with a denim jacket and like arms ripped off it, it looks a bit, you know,
Violent.
scary. And then you see bands
God,
such as you see lots of
Like black metal with
yeah.
all the face paint and all that, and you know, it's very, all very aggressive looking, and you've got all the satanic tendencies of some of that music. And I think metal does get quite a bad rap because, I mean, when you get down to it, when you meet a metalhead, they're not like, most metalheads are pretty okay people. But
No, I
you-
think he's awful. What are you doing on the show? No,
And then you listen to, you know, I mean, I'm not getting on any other genres or anything, but you know, I like the people in metal. I think they're quite cool people, but I think they get a bad rap for how they look and all that. You
Yeah.
know,
So the next time you're on the street and you see a metalhead, talk to them. They are probably nice people.
Who's this weirdo talking to you?
the metalheads don't want to be talked to.
That's the reason why they joined metal. Right, so at the moment in the scene of Liverpool and the scene of Manchester, the metal scene is quite small. I've noticed that we don't really have what I'd like to say as a metal scene as such places like Birmingham and different places around the UK. So why do you believe that this is?
Well, I guess it could be in slight influence by, in Liverpool, we haven't really had a dedicated metal like club or anything like that. We've had the Crazy House,
That shut
Saloons
down.
or whatever for a while.
Yeah.
But that's just reopened anyway.
What's it called again now?
The Electric.
Yeah, it's because it's less a gig venue. Like you do get gigs there on occasion, but it's more of a metal bar though, really.
Yeah.
And that's only one floor, isn't it? Because there's 3 different floors.
You see,
It's different genres, you see. So
yeah, Liverpool's very based off indie, I think, and there's a lot of
definitely.
there's a lot of biasness towards like the Beatles, obviously, because that's where they're from. They're from here, yay! But do you know any bands at the moment that are from Liverpool that are playing metal?
It's only really a few that
Yeah,
on the top of my head, Devil's Entrance,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And there's Audio Junk as well that, you know, I mean, these sort of have a grunge side to them as well. They're not straight up metal, but they've definitely got influences. But
Would
there have
you-
been bands in the past from here that have been metal, like Carcass, which is a huge band. And
Okay.
they were originally from here.
I know we
No.
just done Friends and everything, weren't they? So
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
heard
quite
of
well.
Carcass, and I'm not a metalhead, so that's a good sign.
Carcass, they sort of created their own genre. I mean, within metal, the sub-genre of metal, it's a bit more, that's one of the more scary ones out now.
Now, honestly, right, I've seen a weird thing online recently. I seen a thing online called Jesus metal, or God metal, where, yes, where Christians, or very biased Christians, create a metal band in God's name. And what they do is they promote their religion through metal music. So technically that goes completely against the whole odds of metal being the stereotype of being satanic music.
Yeah, well, is it, I think Skillet is a Christian, like they've got very Christian views when it comes to their lyrics and stuff.
also like August Burns Red, that's another
Yeah.
Christian metal band as well.
I think the whole sort of anti-Christian beliefs come from the black metal side of music, where that sort of started out of that, you know, whole satanic type belief. But a lot of metal's more like punk orientated in the lyrics. It comments on, you know, like you know, politics and everything else rather than just, you know, ooh, Satan, or, you know, I mean, some of them are just about dragons. Yeah, well, you get power metal, it's dragons and knights and swords.
But you get a lot of people who are metal bands who are Christian, but they still write about anti-Christian
Oh, yeah.
views. Like
Yeah.
you got the likes of Tom Araya, who's the singer for Slayer. There's a lot of anti-Christian lyrics that he's got,
Yeah.
but he's a Catholic.
But he is,
he's
yeah.
Catholic.
Okay.
The same with the drummer of Iron Maiden. He's a big, you know, sort of Christian believer, and you know, it's Iron Maiden. It's one of the most, you know, famous metal bands ever.
Right, I have a question. Okay, if you had to be one person for metal, if you had to be one legend that you would pick out and you would be up to their standard, you would be them. Who do you want to be in metal? Who do you look up to?
We should go first. Should I go first?
Yeah, go on, you go first.
Cliff Burton, he was the original, not the original, but like the first bassist in Metallica when it comes to, he was in the first record, basically, and he's one of the best bass players of all time. Me and Dylan both look up to him. He had a very unique style to his bass playing. He used to play it like it was an electric guitar, almost with his sound, and he was just amazing. And he died. What was it? 86,
86,
yeah. And it was really tragic. But he's got a long-lasting influence for bass players. Well done.
Now, Why is that influence to you? What kind of instrument do you play in your band?
Well, I'm the bassist of the band, but a lot of the time I like to use a very distorted sound. It sounds very heavy, and it's very influenced by Cliff Burton. I wouldn't be playing bass without him, I don't think.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to look at it, he's just amazing, I think.
Well, how about you?
I'd probably say the same.
It's
I think I was
Cliff
thinking of the
Burton.
same.
He is the legend, the one and only true metalhead.
He was sort of like, you listen to classical composers, and he was that for metal. He was the classical composer of metal. And you know, when you listen to some of the stuff like Orion, one of the songs off their record Master of Puppets, that's it, the whole thing is composed like, you know, a classical piece. I think he just unlocked a lot of doors for metal, set a lot of standards.
Good. Now, one thing is, everybody believes that metal is one genre. I do not believe that metal is just one genre at all. There's about 57 billion genres within metal. You are missing out so much. If you think that you're into music and you can't get yourself into any metal, you're not in musico. I'm telling you now, you gotta get there, you gotta look at these metal bands in your local scene and you've gotta support them. Yeah. That's why I think there's so much grief, is because nobody ever tries. Okay, right, so that's it for Juice today, and thank you for talking to Jared and dealing with me today. Right, so once again, they are looking for a metal singer. If you think that you have the role to be a metal singer, hit them up. See you later. Right, now, this is for the best bit of the show, okay? At the end of every show, I make everyone that comes in here do a fish face, right? A fish face. Now, you're going to think, what the heck is a fish face? A fish face is where you pull the weirdest looking face you can towards a fish into this camera here, so all the audiences can see your brilliant fish face. Mine's always like, yeah. Ready?
So, we do a metal fish face.
Yeah, should we all just do, should we do like a...
I'm prepping for this.
Put the hair over his
Yeah,
face.
I do everybody like... That's not metal.
I'm gone.
This
Metal.
guy's fresh.
No, that's
No,
not
this is our tendency.
Yeah.
Woo!
Backwards hat, the bandana and all.
You ready? 3, 2.